Time now for business. Let's say hello to Kate Moody.
Hi, Francois.
Confusion in Washington over stimulus. Are the talks on? Are they off? What are the markets thinking?
Lots of questions, really, and lawmakers on both sides of the aisle, Francois, really expressing surprise at that move by the U.S. president, even after later tweets suggested that Donald Trump might in fact be open to a more piecemeal strategy, pushing through smaller measures ahead of Election Day rather than an umbrella stimulus package. Well, among the areas that are still up for discussion are more generous unemployment benefits, another round of individual stimulus checks to families, aid for small businesses, and another rescue package specifically for airlines to try to stop some 32,000 layoffs, which have been announced in the last week or so. Now, it is still unclear whether there'll be enough support for that approach or whether it'll be enough to just undo what most analysts see as pretty significant political damage. It would go some way to shoring up investor confidence and providing a temporary shield for households and businesses, which economists say need continued support in order to survive this crisis. Well, let's check in on the day's trading action. Wall Street did plunge after those initial tweets on Tuesday night, but stocks have been rallying this Wednesday. The Dow Jones up about 400 points, around what it lost yesterday. Airline shares are up around 3%, and tech companies are also rising, despite a new congressional report which found the likes of Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google have abused their market power. A mixed, fairly muted close for the major European indices. We saw London's FTSE 100 and the CAC 40 here in Paris, each ending slightly below the flat line. The DAX slightly higher over in Frankfurt. The Spanish government has outlined its plan to rebuild the economy and labor force from the ravages of the coronavirus pandemic. With the highest number of confirmed cases in Europe, Spain is facing a steep recession, and the recently tightened restrictions could make matters worse. Claire Rush has more.
Spain's newly unveiled economic recovery plan is ambitious, aiming to create 800,000 jobs over the next 3 years.
Queremos que genere un impacto adicional en nuestro Producto Interior Bruto de más de 2,5 puntos anuales en los próximos 3 años y queremos crear más de 800.000 nuevos puestos de trabajo en los próximos 3 años.
The funding will come from the EU's emergency stimulus package, which will distribute 750 billion euros in grants and loans to member states. Madrid is set to receive nearly a fifth of that fund, 140 billion euros. According to Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, a first tranche of 72 billion euros will be used between 2021 and 2023. This to finance projects aimed at modernizing the economy and creating jobs over the next 3 years. Sanchez added that the money will also go towards the digitalization of Spain's economy and the transition to greener energy sources. Madrid hopes the plan will jumpstart the ailing economy. The government predicts the country's GDP could shrink by 11.2% this year amidst the fallout of the coronavirus pandemic, which dealt Spain a double blow. Its tourism-dependent economy struggling from a steep drop in tourists and its residents suffering from one of the worst coronavirus outbreaks in Europe. It's recorded more than 800,000 infections, the bloc's highest caseload, and is grappling with the second wave that's seen new, localized lockdowns imposed in recent days.
So certainly a contrasting approach, Francois, to what we're seeing in the United States.
Indeed. Many thanks for that, Kate Moody. We'll have more business news for you later.